Hey, what's up everybody? So last video I did of the Jackson Custom Shop, which was a pretty big disappointment, and I replaced it with this Gibson Les Paul standard 50s model, which I absolutely love. It's kind of funny, everybody gives Gibson crap for bad quality, but it was the Jackson that was horrible and that thing that's perfect. So this is a 1993 model year Ibanez sound gear 1305. 5-string. I've got a guy that's coming to buy this in a couple days. I've had it for I think a couple years now, and I just never really played. I never really got into 5-string, and I don't play bass that much. I pretty much just play it to go with my guitar anyway. But I saw it, and I thought it was one of the most beautiful basses I'd ever seen in my life, so I bought it, and it's a great bass. Unfortunately, I need money to fix up my truck, so it's got to go. Otherwise, I was planning on just keeping it and, popping out of its case and checking the neck every 6 months and playing it for a couple minutes. But I thought I'd make this video to document it because there's not a whole lot of pictures or any videos online of showing one of these up close, and they're really hard to find, especially in this condition. So I thought I'd get a kind of an up-close video and show it. When I got it, it was pretty dirty. I cleaned it up, but otherwise structurally it's great. It's got a couple little little scratches and dings on it, like right here. There's a couple little there's a little like notch in it. And there's a little bit of warming on the back. Not bad at all. It looks like it's oil finished. It doesn't go through at all, but you can see it's this beautiful, deep blood red. So the body is Paduke, and it is a two-piece body. Really nice cuts of wood. Really well book matched. Let's see if I can flip it over without scratching anything. You can see how well it's book matched. The grains, I mean, right here is the center line. If you look at it at the right angle, you can't even tell that it's a two-piece because they're matched almost perfectly. Then up here, they kind of split off just a little bit, but just beautiful bass. It's got this scratch right here, which I don't know how you would get that out or if you even would want to. Who would really care? Here's some more warming, but you can only really see that at certain angles when you look at it in the light just right. So there's warming right here, and right here. Really light. There's a little ding right here. See what else. That's pretty much it for the shape of the body. These are I think Schaller strap lock pins. I don't know if those were stock or not, but they look good on this instrument. It's a Wenge and Babinga neck. This Wenge is a little different from the stuff Warwick uses. It's a lot darker, and the pores are a lot bigger. If you can see how big they are, they really kind of stick out, and you can kind of feel it as you play. It's really interesting. It's got a nice flute. This is the old style Gotoh bass tuners. Got the plastic here. I don't think they make these like this anymore. And here's the made in Japan sticker. So it was made in 92, but it's a 93 model. Headstock's in pretty good shape. Definitely no breaks or anything like that. Neck is nice and straight. See if we can look down. I don't think that's gonna show up very well. It's kind of out of focus, but no twist, just a slight bit of relief. The headstock veneer does have a little bit of chipping around it, but it is a 92. I would still say it's in pretty good shape. I think this is fake ab. It kind of looks like mother of pearl or ab, but I don't think it is. I think they chemically treated a silver sticker so that it would look that way. It just doesn't look quite like mother of pearl or like a really like white ab, but it kind of does at the same time. The nut is a really interesting material. I'm not sure what it is, and I don't know how well you can see it, but I think it's some type of carbon fiber. You see all those squares? Really interesting stuff. I think that one of these screws is the wood is stripped out. Super easy fix. You just stick a toothpick in there with some wood glue and it'll be fine. Fret ends are just the slightest bit of sprout. You can barely feel it. They're just slightly sharp. Definitely not going to cut your hand open. It's not uncomfortable. You don't even feel it when you play. Better than almost any new instrument. The frets are in pretty good shape overall. They are a little flattened out. You could probably use a level and crown job if you're gonna play this all the time. I bought it. You can't really tell. See, it looks worse, a lot worse in the picture than it is. Let's see if you can kind of see this way. Yeah, you can see how they're flattened out. They're not perfectly crowned anymore. but they're original, so I wanted to leave it original. There's no big dents or anything. They definitely used good quality wire. You can see right here, there's a little bit of wear. I don't think this thing's ever been leveled. You can tell somebody played from like here down to here the most. Interesting. It's got these cool Ibanez jazz bass. These are active pickups with a, come on, let's focus. There we go. They are active. It's got the active preamp, and it's got the really cool very mid EQ, which I'm gonna see if my clean channel on my guitar amp, I don't have a bass amp right now, works in a minute, and try to show it to you. It's got the original bridge. Everything is original on this. The wiring is all original. I'll pop off the cover and show you in a second. This bridge, I pulled this off when I got it to clean it out and see what it looked like under there, see what color the wood used to be, because UV light makes this wood a little darker. And the bridge is really heavy, so I think it's brass. It's got a nice little ebony plug right here for the output jack. And that's pretty much it. I like the small dot inlays. They're nice and small, and I like how the center ones, like, they're perfectly lined up under the A string. I really like that. Looks really classy. It's got the original knobs on it, and the pots still feel good. They've got a bit of tension. One of these was bent when I got it, and I bent it back, and it's been working fine ever since. But it was bent when I got it. They stick out pretty far. These stack controls over here. The neck is just about, it's got to be the thinnest neck I've ever seen on a bass. I don't want that to fall. It's just super, super thin. Very, very easy to play. It's just a really nice bass to play. It is heavy, though. It's really heavy. It's about the same as my Warwick Thumb neck through, which is pretty heavy. Definitely a lot heavier than my Thunderbird. I think that's pretty much it for the look at the bass itself. The case that it's in is, I'm pretty sure, the original case. It does slide around a bit, you know, both ways, especially up and down. This case I think would be fine to store it with, but if you're going to travel, I'd use the new one, which is actually right below this. I'll show that in a second. But you could also just wedge a couple, you know, microfiber towels in there, some foam or something, it'd be fine. The finish is a little more dull under the strings. You can tell it's been worn off, whatever type of finish this is. I'm trying to get a look at that. Yeah, you see how it's dull under the strings, and then up here it gets much more glossy. I thought that, I'm not sure, I guess that's from wear, but I'm not really sure because it's the hole under the strings. I'm not sure what that's about. Overall, great shape. So let's check out this case. This case is, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the original one. It's got a Ibanez Professional. Why is this thing so out of focus today? What's going on, man? There we go. Ibanez Professional Deluxe. It's got these cool old SKB latches. There are only 3 of them. The 3 function great. This one is missing. You can buy the latches, and you can, I don't know if you could, like, plastic weld a piece of plastic in here and back it up with metal and put another thing on it and make it look original. I kept it because I thought maybe I could restore it. And on the bottom, all of the little feet have broken off. There's one on that side that's still there, but it's pushed in. So there's that. Otherwise, you know, the top's in great shape. The back is in great shape. It had a bunch of stickers on it, which I got off when I got it. And you can't really tell that they were there. Let me close this back up. And that's pretty much that for that case. Here's the new one that Ibanez makes for the Sound Gear series. I think it's the MC300 or something like that. It's got the really nice TSA latches on it. 4 of them now instead of, or I guess there were 4 before as well. This one has a lock on it, and I've got the keys that come with it. Nice plush velvet red interior. Let me stick the bass in there, and I'll show you how it fits in there. The body shape on the new Sound Gears is just slightly different from these older ones, but sorry for the crazy camera work on this guy. There we go. So the body of the old ones is just slightly smaller, but it doesn't, I'm pushing back and forth and it doesn't move at all. And I'm pushing this way and it doesn't move at all either, but there's a bit of extra room. Maybe they just carved that out so it'd be easier to get in and out. Really nice plush carpeting, nice and red, looks good with the bass. So there's that. Let me oh man, how am I gonna do this? Okay, let me move this over here, and then I will sit down and try to show how the electronics work. I'll set this camera up on a soap bottle. How does that work? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Sounds like the clean channel's working today. My Marshall amp has been having some issues with the clean channel lately. I don't know what's going on with that thing. The particular amp I have is kind of known for cold solder joints, so I think I might be having that issue. Yeah, this neck is, every time I pick this up. Let me get some more volume on that. All right, so anyway, clean channel works. There's the B, let's see. Wow, I haven't tuned this thing for probably 6 months. That's nuts. It might not be perfectly in tune, but all the strings are in tune with each other. This wenge is so such a stiff wood that it just doesn't flex. It doesn't move, even with the crazy thin neck. That's amazing. So that's the bridge pickup. Here's the neck. Here's the bridge again. And let's boost the bass. That was all the EQ equal, like totally 12 o'clock. This is bass boosted. Here's the mid, or no, this would be the high boosted. Here's high and low, so the mid is 12 o'clock. And the nut on this is cut really nice too. I guess it's a little high. But it's tapering, so I think the B, because it's such a big string, should be a little high. It doesn't feel hard to play though at all. So here's the mid. I'll boost the mid all the way and play with the mid control so you can hear how it. Isn't that cool? Check this out. It's like a weird wah. Neck pickup. That is so cool. Yeah, this thing's awesome. I love this bass. They don't make those very mid EQs anymore. I don't know. I'm not huge on bass gear, but I was looking into preamps for the Warwick because it has the stock one in it and it's not as good. Someone's outside. Anyway, I couldn't find one that has a variable mid EQ like that. So really cool bass. If the guy doesn't buy it and you see this video and you want to buy it, send me a message or leave a comment or whatever, and I'll put a link to the reverb listing in the description as well. Really cool bass. Whoever gets this is gonna love it. Little on the heavy side, but it balances really well when it's on the strap. So no neck dive or anything. You can thank this giant horn for that. Just super beautiful instrument that you can tell when you hold it. This is a quality, like really well made. Pride went into making this. That, what was it, $3,500 Jackson I had, it just felt cheap. I was like, dude, this feels no different from one of the cheap Indonesian ones. It feels like a toy. But this one this is really high quality. I love this bass. So I'm gonna miss it, but I'm glad at least I got to video it and document it so that I can look at it later. I got to experience it for a while, and it was pretty cool.